One of the basic problems of conservatives was illustrated by an industrialist in his 70s who was bitterly complaining about a liberal senator from his state, a senator who seemed almost certain to be re-elected. "If I were 20 years younger," the conservative industrialist said, "I would run against him myself." Maybe, but there was a time when he was 20 years younger, and he didn't run against any liberals then. When bright, educated young people are choosing careers, those who believe in a free market economy often choose careers in that economy. Those opposed to such an economy are more likely to become intellectuals, politicians, lawyers, or parts of various liberal or radical movements. For the intellectual and political battles, the deck is stacked both quantitatively and qualitatively. The political left sends its A team into battle against the B team of its critics, who have their A team in the marketplace. The historic drift to the left in the Western world over the generations reflects in good part this imbalance in the world of ideas, rather than any success of left-wing politics when actually put into practice. Such policies have a record of economic disaster around the world, but they are a roaring success politically in maintaining the support of academic and media intellectuals. All that has prevented the total and conclusive victory of the political left are the defections from its own ranks, people who have been following the facts and have become fed up with what they've seen. Most of the leading figures who oppose the liberals and leftists in the United States are former liberals and leftists. Ronald Reagan and Milton Friedman were both liberals at one time. As a member of the liberal left, Americans for Democratic Action, Reagan called Barry Goldwater a fascist. Friedman had a hand in drafting some of the New Deal legislation he now bitterly attacks. Irving Kristol, the godfather of neoconservatism, was once a Marxist. Such other leading neoconservatives as Nathan Glazer and Norman Podhoretz were once prominent supporters of liberal causes. Among blacks today regarded as conservative, virtually all were once either liberals or leftists. Harvard professor Glenn Loury, who has criticized preferential treatment programs in recent years, was defending such programs earlier in this decade. Walter Williams was such a vocal radical while serving as a young draftee in the U.S. Army that he was court-martialed. This pattern of young liberals and radicals turning against these doctrines as they mature is not confined to the United States or to our own era. It may simply reflect the fact that the case for the political left looks more plausible on the surface, but is harder to keep believing in as you become more experienced. So many middle-aged conservatives are former young liberals and radicals that many of them find it hard to understand young conservatives, libertarians, and other youthful opponents of the left. Their suspicion may be based on the old cliché, if you're not radical in your 20s, you have no heart, and if you are still radical in your 40s, you have no head.